Today, we're going to talk about Thursday Night Football winners, talk about the college football and MLB game tonight, and let's cash a squad ride. This is Behind the Lines. We're beating Vandy, by the way. I don't give a fuck what anybody says.
Sure.
You guys want to buy this jersey? I just got it. Wore it one time down at Chapel Hill. Fucking done.
The only win seen in that jersey is by the Frogs. That's unbelievable.
What's going on, chat? Happy BTL Thursday, episode 787 piece. As always, hold the fry, joined by your two hosts, Krabs and Jovan, presented by Bookit Sports. If you are not tracking your bets on Bookit, start tracking your bets today over there on Bookit Sports, the best bet tracking app out there by far on the App Store or Google Play. All right, start using Bookit every single day, just like old Krabs, just like Jovan, just like the rest of the Bookit squads. If you're not on there, change that today. Take 3 seconds right now and go download Bookit on your phone. Go check it out. It could not be freer and easier to use. Jovan, officially declaring today's squad ride a must-need.
Must-need.
Take full blame there for the Delaware Blue Hens. Let's go ahead and get that recap up and moving. Yep. Sam Houston vibes. To say the least. I mean, good second half from the Blue Hens, I guess. Wasn't enough. When you go down 14-0 on two just ridiculous turnovers, you don't have a chance.
Not one.
So that's on me, guys. Atrocious play. Seriously, terrible play. I take full blame for that one. It was never the Blue Hens. I still cannot believe the Delaware Blue Hens, who were an FCS team last year, were -3 on the road against the defending conference champions who were undefeated this year. I'm still trying to figure that out. I'm still trying to figure out what the books are seeing in that one, why they were -3. Open to any thoughts or guesses from the chat or from Jovan, but I cannot figure it out why the Blue Hens were -3 in that spot. Makes no sense to me.
Can tell you.
It's a team that was playing FCS ball last year, dudes.
Somehow having that many turnovers and escaping with no pick, I will say it was pretty impressive.
Sure, Mini Kuchu was never thrown a pick.
Never.
He's a good QB. He wasn't really the issue. He wasn't thrown a pick. He's a good QB. He'll be playing somewhere better next year. That's for sure. Probably Bama or maybe Georgia. Who knows? We got Flame the Goat getting involved. W Flame the Goat. Keep it rolling. Yes, sir. I agree. AB is actually a good QB. What else was hilarious was they did the exact opposite of what I said they were going to do, where they, take their little check downs. They run little 5-10 routes. I mean, yesterday they were just throwing deep shots the entire fucking game.
Bombs. So, it was straight forwards the whole game.
Yeah, it made no sense. The coaching was bad. I mean, the mistakes were terrible. The turnovers were terrible. And that's on me. That's on me for selling that terrible play. Krabs chalked the squad ride when he was chirping Adi Jr. Matty Kicks, give me a fucking break, dude. If you actually are on that kid's side for that, I don't know what to tell you, man. You're wrong. And that's an absurd take. That's the most consensus Steam Krabs I've ever seen in my life. You're the only guy that was bitching about it. Sounds like a you problem. Okay? Let's go ahead and recap the Sharp report from yesterday and see how we did overall. Pretty good. Jovan 4-1. Only loser was Sergachev. Barger was a great play. I mean, my two plays, my losers were atrocious. J-Rod hit a home run in his first at bat.
Yeah, it was just. To be fair, though, there were probably not many less thans you could have clicked on in that entire game.
Nope. But that was a terrible square. Terrible square. That's a square that keeps me up at night. Along with Delaware -3 as a squad ride. I get you guys all on board for a squad ride. You dust off old Krabs, and that's what I give you guys. Delaware -3. And Julio Rodriguez, less than 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. He goes out there and hits a nuke. So you guys know if there's one thing about me, I'm accountable. If I'm hitting bets, I'll let you know. If I'm losing bets, I'll let you know. And that was just two. Those losers felt like it makes this 3-2 feel worse. If I could just put it bluntly. Look, still 102, 89, and 5. Up a couple units last 30. Went 2-1 yesterday on the straight bets. 27, 23, and 1. Up some coin the last 7. We're still looking pretty good. We're seeing the board pretty well. But look, I'd trade all that for a squad ride W. Plain and simple. I would. We got a Waka 23. Subby coming in here 23. Who the GOAT? LeBron or Jordan? Ooh. I'm going to go LeBron.
LeBron, dude.
I mean,
I'm going to go LeBron. Goots? No.
I mean, why would
time?
Whatever.
We don't have time.
Whatever.
Okay?
Just dog shit.
LeBron. Well, I disagree. And you can make a video about it and post it.
To be a Bron or an MJ guy.
I respect LeBron's dedication. He doesn't have to keep doing this shit. He could be out playing golf, smoking cigars. He could be out bullshitting, but he locks in every year. And do I like LeBron's antics? Do I like how he whines so much on the court like a little bitch? Do I like how he got everybody excited about his announcement 2.0 and it was just another corporate sponsorship? No, I don't like that stuff. But I'm man enough to admit when I know something, when I'm right and when I'm wrong, and he's the GOAT on the court. So, yeah, if you disagree, you're wrong, and we'll move on from that. Cool. Oh, Beef retired again. Shocker. He'll be back later tonight for an ECU team total. Don't worry, not Trae Young. Don't worry. All right, let's move. Let's groove. Enough yapping. Yeah, W hat, WPLL. They sent me this puppy literally today. So excited to rock this puppy. WPLL and Siegelman Stables collab. First one of these hats I've gotten. All right, let's move. Let's groove. We got a lot to get to today. We've got Thursday night football. We've got a college football game. We've got a loaded NHL slate. And we've got a baseball slate as well. Happy Shurs Day to all who celebrate. Cannot wait to dive in. Let's go ahead and get right to it. And we have plenty of time to look at splits on Pick a Pro, Pick a Pro. Why don't we go ahead and dive right in head first to the Sharp Report, W Goots. Get you started here on the ice so we can move on to bigger and better things here with the NFL and the Diamonds. But Devils on the ML. Guys, I'm going to be trying to fade Florida all season. Fat, happy, complacent, coming off of 2 ships. No shot they win 3 in a row. If they do, I'll shave my eyebrows on stream. If they win 3 Stanley Cups in a row. Just not happening. It's not possible. So I want to keep fading this team over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. And it's gone pretty well so far this season. We picked our spots pretty well, and they've lost 2 games in a row. Jovan, no way they lose 3 in a row, right? The defending 2-time champs. 2-time champs, 2 rings. That shit stank, don't it? Well, I think they do lose 3 games in a row here. And I like the Devils, who opened up -140, -145, and now they're up to -150, -155. Crazy movement there against the 2-time defending champs. The Devils are looking pretty good so far this season, though, Jovan. They've won 2 games in a row as well. They're looking pretty sharp. And I was between them and the Ottawa Senators, who are also laying around the same price against Seattle, against the Kraken. But every time I fade the Kraken, honestly, every time I take something in a Kraken game, I lose coins. So, again, you got to know yourself. You got to know what works and what doesn't. You got to adjust. You got to make changes. And I'm just not betting Kraken games ever again, probably, at least not in the foreseeable future. So leave them off to the side. I do lean Ottawa for sure, but I like the Devils a little bit more against the Panthers here, coming off of 2 losses. No shot they lose 3 in a row, right? Well, I kind of think they do. And I also prefer this play to the Senators because the Senators have won the last 2 against Seattle with a combined 6-0 score. And if you look at what Florida and New Jersey have done here of late, the Panthers have had their number of late. So I thought that was a little bit weirder seeing them at -150 against the 2-time defending champs. Ended up going here with the Devils on the money line, laying a little bit of juice. Yep, I get it. Not ideal, but favorite play on the ice today is the Devils at home on the money line against the Florida Panthers.
Interesting. I didn't expect that from you.
What don't you like about it?
I don't know. It's nothing that I don't like about it necessarily, but Panthers are on a back-to-back and on the road after getting shit pumped yesterday. I can't stand fading the Panthers in a spot like that. I hate it, but I hope they keep losing.
So do I. I think you got a hockey play as well to get us started out. Why don't we go ahead and head over there?
Yeah, not quite yet.
We got an over.
We'll go to the state of New York in a second, but I'm taking points in the unction.
Okay.
The Icy Hot Bowl has to happen, which I think some of this has to do with the fact that I think Flacco in game 2 is going to really push the tempo. And towards the end of last game, you can say it was garbage time all you want, even though the game got close towards the end. But Joe Flacco started doing something that Jake Browning somehow didn't figure out, and say that Jamar Chase is actually good at football. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to start force feeding him the fucking ball to get the offense moving and put some pressure on the defense, which God knows what's going to happen today, because same as there was, I forget who it was last week, but second Monday Night Football ended, there were 75 Jamar Chase sliders on the feed. I'm pretty sure he was a taco too at some point. So God knows what he's going to do. But I think just the threat of doing that in the offense that, again, we didn't see from Jake Browning really at all in his however many games that was, that helps the offense a lot. Not only like are teams able to stack the box a little less, but obviously you're putting pressure on the secondary, frees up Jamar, frees up T. Higgins. The run game is going to be significantly improved. So I think the Bengals are going to push the pace. And you know what I think Rodgers is going to do? I think he's going to strike back. Because, you saw that interview, right, when they were talking about, I don't know who it was in the background, they're saying the Icy Hot Bowl, and they've had the unction, I guess, things going around all week. He hasn't seemed too happy about that, Krabs. He doesn't seem too happy. You know what I think this is for him? I think if Joe Flacco comes out and slings the rock, I think this is an ego game for Aaron Rodgers, where he is going to be slinging rock. Obviously, you have the matchup that is golden because that defense has catched it, even though they were good for a little bit against the Packers. I think the Packers were rusty. We're talking about that all week, and somehow that game still snuck over. But I think he's going to be slinging rock. The matchup is golden, obviously, against that dog shit secondary, and he's going to have ample opportunity to do it at pretty much any level. I think this is an ego game for Aaron Rodgers, where he goes band for band with Unc Flacco, and we see a shootout.
We got the Perry Pod getting involved. I think that's our guy, Brady. Good to see you, my man. We appreciate the resub. You're good at 23 months. Seasoned veteran. W's. Yep, Godsent. I put ketchup on steak bites, and I don't care who knows it. I don't care what people think about it. I did it. Don't care.
That was bad.
I did it. Don't care.
You're gonna tell me you actually like those steak bites?
Loved them. Do I look like a liar to you? Do I look like a capper? No. I liked it. Yep, I would do it again. Don't care. That's what I like. That's what I do. If you got a problem with it, if you got comments about it, feel free to leave it under my post and get the engagement up. Appreciate you guys. Right?
Fuck.
Yep, that's how I feel about that. Jovan, I'm not a big over guy, especially on prime time. But if there's ever a time to take a prime time over, it's probably this one. And yeah, I've seen the McPherson field goal square. I certainly like that more than. Pretty weird they're putting that up when it's like minus 140 to the under as well. And he's only kicked to literally one field goal every game, which is a really weird pattern as well. Completely right on the chart. I like it. I'm thinking there's going to be a lot of possessions in this game, a lot of deep shots, which could be good for the over, even if there are some field goals involved, right? Look, unders have gone 5 out of 7 so far in these Thursday Night Football games so far this season, or it might be 5 out of 6, I forget. But the unders have been hitting, so they're due for we're due for a good over on Thursday Night Football here. And who the heck wants to take an over between these two teams in this division with these two QBs? So if you're going to do it, today's probably the day to do it. And I'm not doing backflips and cartwheels for overs, but certainly a nasty one. And, I could get on board with one between these two teams.
You can tell us about the Bengals on your side over there.
Yep. Which Steelers tight end is scoring? Yeah, a lot of talk about Steelers tight ends, right? Sonny Dutchie. I don't know if you guys know, but the Bengals had the worst defense against tight ends in the league. They gave up like 18 fantasy points. I was doing some research earlier today. They give up like 18 points per game on average to tight ends this season. So, yeah, I mean, the tight end should grub, but there's definitely some PrizePicks squares up there that make me a little sketched out about some of the guys. I would not be a big Darnell Washington guy coming off his best game in his career. I'd probably leave him off to the side. So if you want to go with someone else, you go with someone else. But I'd probably leave Darnell Washington out of this puppy. But again, could be some points in this game. So you might not want to take a lot of less thans in this game. Jovan, I got to take the Bengals in this game. They've lost 4 in a row. They showed some heart last week. It's a little bit of an upgrade at QB from Browning to Flacco. It is. And he's going to look a little bit better this week as well, even though he looked pretty solid last week. With 2 passing touchdowns as well. Him and T. Higgins hit it off. Jamar Chase got hot late in that game. T. Higgins also has a great matchup. He's one of the best wide receivers against man defense, man coverage in the NFL. And what do the Steelers play a ton of? They play a ton of man coverage. So I think T. Higgins will have another pretty solid game. Might be a little too square to back on PrizePicks, but I do think he grubs, even if they go down early. I think you see a pretty good passing game script here for Joe Flacco and the Bengals here to come back with their 2 stud wide receivers. I think they get peppered and fed early and often. And a lot of squares up there on PrizePicks are giving me hope for the Bengals, plus 5.5 in this spot, not just using my brain and understanding the Bengals have lost 4 games in a row. They're going to be the hungrier team in this game, and the Steelers have won 4 of their last 5 games. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and they've looked pretty solid so far this season. You got that Aaron Rodgers 1.5 passing touchdown square that's now up on the board, which is pretty green as well. You've got that Chase Brown rush attempt square, which is super, super red and weird. And again, maybe it's just, the book's trying to, get you on Chase Brown and everybody acting like he's good again when he's not. But I thought that was a little weird that that's up and it's on the pop tab, and people certainly are probably not taking that more than very often. They're probably taking the less than on that square at this point. So if he's rushing the ball 13 plus times, they're probably going to have to be in a W game script at least at some point, and the game has to at least not be a blowout. So there's some squares up there that make me think this game is going to be a close one, a nail biter back and forth. Maybe it is an over game and we see some points. But I do think the Bengals keep this game within reach. They keep it within 5 or so points, maybe even a field goal. Would not even be shocked to see them win this game. Am I a little bit concerned about my preseason take that this is an Aaron Rodgers, revenge season, and he's going to take this team to the playoffs like I talked about? Sure, I am. But this is a spot I simply cannot resist with the Steelers coming in off of 3 straight dubs and the Bengals reeling and coming off of 4 straight L's. I think this is a Flacco masterclass. As crazy as that is to say, I'm sure Gutsy can get involved and get on board with that one as well. Okay.
Yeah, we need a Goots Flacco POD in this game.
Oh, I'm already on it. I'm already on the Bengals. Hey. And Goots POD Brewers, I'm out.
Goots, man. Goots can't put down the cup.
Oh, man.
I got to get one.
Goots.
I got to get one.
I'm rooting for you, Goots. I don't know if you're getting one, but I'm rooting for you, man.
Gentleman's sweet, maybe.
You might get one eventually.
I hope you do.
There are a bunch of sweet props hitting the feed after last night's or game 2.
Yeah.
Getting creative.
Gentleman's sweep. Just give me one. I'll take it.
Are you going to get like 1.5 units today and 1.5 units or 2 units?
Whole unit. Whole unit. Just 1 unit.
All right. One measly unit. That's
maybe 2. We'll see. They still haven't announced the pitcher yet, so we'll see.
Probably gonna be Miz, right?
Yeah,
we'll talk about that game.
It's Miz and Quintana.
Yeah.
Some combination.
Okay. We got Hun getting involved, resubbing as well, 7 months. Hun, are you from Baltimore? W name. Thursday night football. Get back. Let's go, boys. Time to dust off old Krabs. I'm so fucking pissed, man. You guys finally dust off old Krabs last night. I give you fucking Delaware -3.
Oh, I feel like we've been zigzagging that for like the past week. It's like I have a good day, dust me off, cake. You have a good day on that day, dust you off, cake. So you might have to stick with Krabs today. Think that
I'm going 2-1 on my straight bets, so I'm going 2-1 on these plays.
I wasn't saying you had a shit day. It's just with what was chosen.
Yeah, today I'm going 2-1 on these 3 plays. Not even, yesterday 2-1 as well. But today, these are going 3 or 2-1 at worst. So maybe we just put all 3 of them in there and we figure it out and we take our chances, and maybe we trust the chat to figure it out, right? And I hear you. We've been zigging and zagging when we should be zagging and zigging. That's for sure. Trent said I dusted off old Krabs and the pick square shit was ma. Yeah, I cannot believe that square hit in that game script. Cannot believe it. Easy Puck says, Krabs, man, the Devils are rat meat. Well, they just went outright. Great. All right, let's move. Let's groove. Jovan, take us to the ice. Yep.
Oh, yeah. We'll take you to the whole state of New York here, Krabs. Starts with the Rangers, who have been the laughing stock. Shout out Mark Scar with a 5 piece in chat.
It's been a while since we've seen Mark Scar up and moving here. Let's go, Marks. Attaboy. Appreciate you, Beast.
You're him.
Appreciate you, Beast. Yep.
So, yeah, I have no choice but to take the Rangers in this spot off of back-to-back shutouts. Obviously, the 3 in MSG to start. Maybe something's in the water out there, but they've been terrible. The offense has been god-awful to start the season, but it hasn't been as bad as you think if you've actually watched the games. Now, they've struggled, I guess, to finish, and it's looked really weird at times, but hasn't gone without lack of trying. It's not like they're just going out there and putting up bagels and not putting pucks on net. Like, Those 2 games they got shut out by the Oilers and the Caps. They had 65 SOGs. Like, they've been slapping puck on the net. It's just the offense hasn't really found its groove. Now you go on the road. Maybe that's just the thing here, but you go on the road to Toronto in a game that is weird more times than not. But you also go against Stolars, who's coming off of a game of rest, and he had a magical run last year, so I'll be looking to fade him plenty. But again, now you're going to have a Leafs team that's pretty fat, happy, and complacent. And defensively, they looked a little confused at times to start the year, especially in those back-to-back Red Wings games. But now I think the Rangers, this is the perfect time for them to break out of their slump. It would be the most Leafs thing ever if the Rangers, off of back-to-back shutouts and being, I can't even say like the laughing stock of the league, because that's probably the other team down there that I'm betting on in New York today. But the Rangers have been fucking bad. And now it's time. Pressure's on in this game especially. You got to put up some goals, and I think they do. And you're going to have to answer back, I guess. This is where you get a good performance, I think, from the whole team around them. And I think they're going to start it off fired up, coming out with some offensive power against this Leafs team.
Okay. All right. Love the sell job. Looks like you're a New York type of guy today, huh? You got 2-1 smash.
Yeah.
You want to stay right here?
Oh, we can stay right here, Krabs. Which I don't know if you've seen, but the Oilers, who the Owls are playing today, posted something on Twitter today. Glazing. A couple game notes, just glazing themselves about how they haven't trailed throughout this whole season. This couldn't be more of a analytic, I guess, mismatch this entire game, because the Isles are the only team without a point in the entire NHL right now at this point. And they've been god-awful. I think they've only scored like 7 goals, I think is the total. And the Oilers have been the best defense so far, just by that same number in terms of the goals that they've given up. So now you have a complete mismatch in this game. The thing is, kind of same deal. Like, their offense has been really, really bad. But I guess, like, if you actually watch it, it hasn't been as painful as the numbers would tell you. Maybe a little less so than the Rangers. But I think defensively, the Oilers have looked deceptively good, because they've played a lot of teams that, frankly, have looked on offense pretty much like the Islanders have. So, like, what a perfect spot, I think, to bounce back. And not to mention, this is the good old New York trip, where the Rangers gave them that first shutout. I always love to bet against teams when they lose or when they win the first game of that little New York trip, even if it involves like the Devils or somebody closer. So now I think the Isles are going to come back and shock everybody and win this game. And this feels very Sabres-esque as they get their hopeful first win of the season. You're going to need a strong performance. This feels like another game where, like, you're not going to be sitting back, kind of like the Sabres. You're going to have to be aggressive offensively, because your offense has had nothing so far this year. So this is exactly when you bring it against this Oilers team, where you're going to need to.
I love this play. Am I scared about a plus 140? Could not be less scared. Could not be more ready to lock this puppy in, whether it wins a squad ride or not. I think I'm going to have to tail that Islanders play, especially, I mean, you had me at the fucking Edmonton Oilers social media team talking about how they have not been trailing the entire season. Give me a break.
Yeah, if you want a Trent style POD after that tweet, or Isles to score first, is just, you can already see it. Why would you even tweet that out?
Because it's some kid who's probably in college running the social media account, has no fucking idea what they're doing.
I mean, yeah, it's fun.
I don't think they're thinking about, social media jinx, right? They're probably just trying to find some cool trend.
Yeah, probably not. But this is a whole wipe the slate clean game. Now you got fucking the Isles. The Isles needed some kind of reset. I think they get it tonight, especially because Sorokin's been not great, to say the least. And they're giving him a night off tonight, and Rittich is starting, which that would make them winning this game, beating the Oilers, even funnier. And I think that's exactly what's going to happen.
I'm going to make a call here. I don't think Barzell is yet to score. He's scoring the first goal.
Wow.
Ooh.
Yeah, he has assists, no goals.
Are we getting a dual-wheeled Goots POD today?
Dual-wheeled.
2 Goots PODs.
Dual-wheeled. And I'm trying to figure out if I should just take the Islanders or take them to score first, Javon. It's like either one. It's like the same odds. Yeah, it might be Beth.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Could go half and half unit on each Goots. Diversified portfolio.
Could do that.
Right? Gosh, I geek every time people talk about Trent's love for New York City. I'm not the biggest New York guy ever, but I've never met somebody who hates New York more than Mr. Trent.
I'm rare Trent W's. I'm right there.
Yeah, that is a Trent W. That is a Trent W. Big time halal cart guy as well. I've heard about Trent. Yep. Big time.
30 racks? Is that what it was?
Big time. Pretty sure they tried to steal thousands of dollars from him when he was just trying to get a halal bowl. Unbelievable. Low-key, Carly, I appreciate the support. I was hoping that Arby's video was going to go a little bit more viral. Really didn't at all. I think honestly people might have been disgusted by it, but hey,
disgusted.
Yeah, probably. Look, I'm out here trying shit, man. I'm out here trying and was hoping that one was going to pop off. Thought it might have, considering I ate fucking Arby's steak nuggets and put ketchup on them, but guess that wasn't good enough for the algorithm.
You really I can tip cap to liking them. I haven't tried them, so I don't know, but you really lost me at the ketchup.
Well, yep.
I
feel like it had to be done.
You put it swimming in ketchup.
I feel like it had to be done. I feel like it was the perfect time.
Yeah, Arby's steak nuggets before the chimichurri is crazy.
Dudes. The people don't want to see a chimichurri Chipotle review. They want to see an Arby's.
I get it for the video.
Review.
I get it for the video, but you got to get in there, Krabs.
I know that was a lot of ketchup. That was the point. God. Might need a 999 challenge. Could just go take a handout 999 challenge and go to Philly and do that Make-A-Wish 999 challenge. Oh, wait, they got knocked out of the playoffs again because they have no clutch bone. No clutch bone. Oh, I'm still pissed about that. Unbelievable. And here come all the chimichurris over the Arby's in the chat. I fucking bet. Okay.
I mean, yeah.
On that note, let's swing it around here. Guys, it was a graveyard in that Arby's. Not a single person even near the building besides the employees and me in there. And they're just blaring Macklemore. It was one of the weirdest environments I've ever seen. Yep. All right. Imagine if we never heard that Delaware play. Yeah, that'd be nice, wouldn't it, Jim Ball? That'd be nice. Dudes, any progress on the V8 and Old Bay costumes for Halloween? You get any progress on those?
Old Bay exists, but I can't find the V8 costume.
All right. Let me know if you end up digging in the weeds and pulling that out.
Yep.
Pretty soft.
All right. Let's talk about why this team total under 3.5 is hitting tonight in this MLB game. I did not have the sack to take the full game under for reasons we're going to talk about here in a moment. A certain pitcher pitching today that's certainly concerning me in this game. But after Toronto just splooged last night, I'm not seeing it happen again. I'll be honest with you. Not seeing another splooge fest, back-to-back splooge fest here from Toronto. I think this one will be more low scoring. I certainly lean the under in the game, but I'm a little bit worried about Mr. Scherzer. Something I wish I didn't have to say, something I wish I didn't feel, but you guys know I'm an open book. If I feel something, if I think something, I'm telling you about it. I'm not hiding and sugarcoating shit. So a little bit worried about Scherzer. I want to take him out of this equation. I really just want to back Castillo to go out there and shove, along with this Mariners bullpen that's been nails this whole fucking season. Against Toronto, after Toronto just splooged last night, I do think the Mariners ML is the play in this game, but there's a way we can hit this team total under, and maybe Toronto wins in a low-scoring affair. If Scherzer can go out there and that 10% chance, he dials back in and we get a vintage Scherzer performance. We know the heart and the effort and the grit and the tenacity is going to be there. I just don't know if he has the stuff in the big 2-5. So there is a small chance, 10% chance, he goes out there and we see a vintage Scherzer. And maybe we do get a low-scoring win here from Toronto. That's why I wanted to stay off of Seattle as a favorite and instead just fade Toronto's team total under, which is starting to creep down to -120, -125 on some of the quicker moving books. I locked it in at -105 this morning. Great sign, seeing the steam towards that under. And I do think this game will be more of a playoff type atmosphere, not like the last two in this game that have both gone over.
Sure. Shout out the Jays.
Right.
Splooging last night.
Yep. Shout out the Jays. First five. Shout out the over in the game. Maybe the greatest play we've had the entire postseason. Great call. Great call. All right. Let's keep moving and grooving. W straight bets. Barger home run was legacies. Yeah. A lot of home runs, a lot of fun in that game.
It was nuke after nuke after nuke.
Crazy. I can't believe they let Kirby. Why not pull him after he doesn't have his stuff and pitch him again in the series later on? I don't know why more teams don't do that.
Yeah, I understood the letting him ride, I guess, to try and save arms for today. I would rather pull him early if he doesn't have it, go to a longer relief guy, and then maybe have the opportunity of using him again.
Pitch him in game 5 or game 6 or game 7.
Yeah.
Thought that was weird. I guess once they were in too deep, they just left him out there to eat up pitches. I get that part, but we got Jimmy G's. What's up, Jimmy G's? Good to see you lurking. Good to see you resubbing, leaking. Jovan Sharp report. Chase Brown over 16.5 receiving yards. I thought we were going to get a receiving yard square.
Yeah, you know I'm taking. I'll take his rushing rack today. It's not on there, but I'll be on.
Yeah, you guys might be surprised when you see these plays. W Subby coming in from Jimmy G's. Also, yeah, W9X that we crafted up 2 days ago on BTL. I hope somebody out there tailed. Did not see many people tailing that puppy, but hope somebody out there tailed that 4-man 9X we crafted up 2 days ago that ended up cashing last night with George Kirby, less than 4.5 strikeouts. Tried telling you guys about Kirby, man. That square was up for about as long as it possibly could be up. And it was super popular, had twice as many people taking it as the second most popular square on the entire app. And it was completely green. And we were probably the only people on earth taking that less than. So again, guys, no need to fear the less than button on PrizePicks if you want to make coin. Said it before, I'll say it again. And in a contrarian way, I'll say that when I have my first more than in months on the PrizePicks board. Why don't we go and get to the Sharp report here? Can we clap it up? I got a more than on the Sharp report. Let's fucking go.
When's the last time you've had one, man?
It's legitimately been months. It's been months. Maybe there's been a more than pick on, college football, meat sheet or weekend preview or NFL, weekend preview, something like that. But the last time we've seen a more than on the Sharp reports, it's been a while. Hey, man, I'm here to give out winners. And this is my second favorite square of the day today. So I'm here to give you guys winners, whether it's a more than or a less than. 99.9% of the time, it is going to be a less than, because if you're taking less thans, you're setting yourself up for success and you're already hitting a 60% clip. So, yeah, maybe it was the Arby's bites that got to my brain here. Maybe I'm toast. I don't know. Maybe I'm shocked.
Some square meat in them.
Yeah, some square meat. That was some square meat. Dust off the old more than button. It's been a while. Feels good, to be honest with you. Jovan, this one makes a little bit of football sense. It's also a little gross because when most people are taking the other running back, Jaylen Warren, for his receiving yards and his receptions, because he's more of the receiving threat just overall and just, out there more often and just the better overall running back, I think it's going to be Kenneth Walker, who's a receiving threat in this game more than people were expecting. And this chart is pretty red. You guys know I'm not taking a more than if the chart's not pretty red. And Jovan, and what I think could be a losing game script at times for the Steelers. And sure, I like your over. I love your sell job. And I could so see there being points, but I don't think it's going to be a bunch of deep balls for the Steelers. I don't think it's going to be a bunch of shots downfield. I don't know if it's going to be the biggest DK Metcalf game here. I think it's going to be more dink and dunks from the Steelers offense. Obviously, the Bengals will have a bunch of deep shots. That's how Joe Flacco and co roll. But I think it's going to be more dink and dunks from Mr. Aaron Rodgers and a lot of action for his running backs as well, getting involved in the receiving game here. I'll take Kenneth Walker more than 18.5 receiving yards against the worst defensive front in the NFL at containing receiving backs. Okay, if you want a square play or square read here for this play, the Bengals cannot tackle receiving backs to save their life. And if you see the Steelers at some point in this game, maybe down, maybe you see the Bengals get out to an early lead if we're expecting some points in this game, and I like the plus 5.5, you might not see as many Kenneth Walker and Jaylen Warren runs in this game. You might see some more receptions, some more screens, and some more dink and dunks. So, yeah, go ahead and give me Kenneth Walker more than 18.5 receiving yards. I think he busts and break through a couple and has a pretty good day in the receiving game.
Jack can have an actual aneurysm if you say Kenneth Walker one more time.
Oh, shit. Kenneth Walker? All right, whatever. You guys know what I'm talking about. Kenneth Gainwell. Kenneth Gainwell. I'm the biggest Kenneth Walker hater of all time. That's all me. That's all me.
Yeah, you're thinking about all the time you paid him on the Sharp report.
It's up there on the screen. Okay? Come on now. Yeah, you guys are throwing me off, freaking out about me taking a more than button. That's all me. That's all me. Might be the RB stick bites. All right. Max Scherzer. Favorite square of the day today. Max Scherzer, less than 11 pitching outs, Jovan. Look, man, I wish I could sit up here and say we're going to get a Max Scherzer gem today. You know I love me some Max Scherzer. Not only is he, a Nationals legend and a World Series champion 2019, kiss my ring, Yankee fans. He's also just a Krabs guy. He's a hard worker. He's a leader. He's a great dude. And I've really respected his game even before he was a national and post-national career. But look, man, he's not been great in the postseason. He's not been great of late. I just don't know if he has any juice left in the tank, Jovan. And I'm a little bit concerned with this game script for Seattle. I do think they win this game, that they might get to him here. And I do think it'll be more of an opener type situation when people are seeing the big name Max Scherzer up there after they skip the start, they give him some more rest. I think the fact they're doing that is a horrendous sign for Max Scherzer and more of a last resort type of thing where they're thinking, if we put him out there for his last outing, he's probably going to get mucked up. Let's give him an extra week off and see if the old man could go out there and give us one more vintage start. I think that's very concerning. They had to make that move personally, and probably tells you how much gas the Blue Jays think he has left in the tank. He's going to be an opener today. He's not going to be a starter. He'll go through the lineup one time. And I love seeing the square getting bumped down from 11.5 to 11. It's actually at 10.5 now in the books. Give me these Scherzer less than pitching outs. I hate to be up here and giving you guys a Scherzer fade, but money's green, and that's my job, is to come up here and give you guys the best plays possible. And even if that means fading one of my goats, that's what it means tonight. In a game, I think the Mariners win. In a game, I think, you might see them get out to a little bit of a hot start to get their lick back after getting destroyed last night by Toronto in a high-scoring affair. I think Scherzer's in trouble in this game, and all of his squares are pointing towards a pretty quick and potentially a sketchy start for the, two-eye colored goat in Max Scherzer.
Sure. I'm in on that.
Okay. That Gainwell square got bumped. It did open at 16.5, so probably a good sign. All right, real Nicky Gambles. It's also at 19.5 on the books, which is good as well. Apologies for saying Kenneth Walker. I'm just so used to talking shit about Kenneth Walker and talking about how much better of a running back Zach Charbonnet is that I think I got caught up in mentioning Kenneth Walker instead of Kenneth Gainwell. That's clearly right up here on the screen, and you guys know that's what I'm talking about. So apologies there. That's all me. Will not happen again, chat. Will not happen again, chat. Sure. Charbonnet is not junk. Charbonnet is not junk. He's actually a better running back. That's why he gets the ball more. Check the data. I don't care about his yards per carry. There's a reason why Coach plays him more. He's a better running back overall. Much better in that scheme, much better in the pass game, and much better on the goal line. I'm Charbonnet over Kenneth Walker every fucking day of the week and twice on Sundays. Jovan, let's go over your squares, my man. I already locked in the Sharp Report format, so I'll just drop the link here in the chat for the people.
Sure. Started off with the first dunk, Aaron Rodgers. He is going to be in an ego game. We talked about this already, but I think the matchups there, I don't really have to say too much about that against the Bengals defense, but I also am kind of with you, and I think the Bengals are going to stay in this game, maybe win this game, but I do think they're going to cover right there with you. I think this is going to be a back-and-forth game script, and I especially think against this Bengals defense, which they've actually done a pretty decent job at limiting them the last handful of games, but I think you're going to get some deep shots from old Aaron Rodgers, and I especially think if this is a back-and-forth game script or even a trailing game script like we think it is too, even more fuel to the fire for Big A Raj, and I think he's going to splooge tonight. Then Mason Marchment, I sneakily think the Kraken might win today. I didn't have the stones to fade the Sens 2 days in a row, especially after they gave up a touchdown and a 2-point conversion last night to the fucking Sabres. But the Senators are always like the antidote, or at least they have been for the last year and a half, to lines that have not been great. This Kraken second line has been god awful, and Marchment is also coming off of, he's the one who took the penalty in the Kraken last game at the end of the third period, which was unbelievably unnecessary. That dude lives in the box, but he took the penalty that ended up tying the game, and the second they tied the game at the end of the third period, you knew that shit was cookie and they were losing that game. But crucial mistake for him. Now I think off the flank he gets to rip shots, especially because Olmark is in net, and the book out on Olmark is pepper him with shots early because he'll let some in, and I think the Kraken are going to do a lot of that, especially with the Sens coming off of a back-to-back or a game last night, and they're on a back-to-back today. So I think a lot of the Kraken are going to be ripping today, no matter how the game goes. I think it starts with Marchment. Crazy sentence to say, but
yep,
it's ripping too.
Pretty red the last couple games, so I'm in. I'm in. Not a big fan of the Rodgers square, but I trust and I like your sell job. So I don't think it's going to be a deep threat type of game, but for the Sharp Report format's sake, I hope that you're right. I hope he hits a couple deep shots, or maybe Kenneth Walker just breaks a crazy screen or some shit. Wouldn't that be something?
Could be good.
Wouldn't that be something? What concerns me a little bit is Aaron Rodgers' passing yards. And what concerns me is his 1.5 passing touchdown square. up there.
I think that 1.5 is probably turning green. I think he's throwing 2.
It was minus 145 on the over earlier. Now it's down to minus 135 and back up on the books. We'll see. Chat, you guys don't know I didn't do that fucking shit on purpose right there to fuck with you guys. Give me a break. Let's move. The link has been dropped in the chat. They cannot get enough of a crabby fuck up. It's unbelievable. They literally celebrate and cheer and they have parties about it. It's super weird. I would never do that in my life because I actually have, shit in my life that's important. I don't celebrate other people's mistakes. What's up, Sade Whiteman? Getting involved. A 5-unit sub whale. Attaboy. Sade, good to see you, my man. Appreciate you coming in, dropping a 5-unit sub whale every single day. Talk about consistency. Sade, you're him. Appreciate you, Beast. ZC Nukes as well. Cannot let this one get swept. ZC Nukes. Krabs might be taking Arby's more than fantasy score this weekend. Okay. Look, I'm an Arby's guy. I am. I'll say it. The French dip is good. The buffalo chicken sliders are very underrated. Their curly fries are probably the best in the game. There's never a line. I'm an Arby's guy. I'll say it. I am. The French dip there is elite, Brian C. The horsey sauce is great. People in there are typically nice. Yeah, I'm a big-time Arby's guy. Never had the Euro, but I've heard good things. All right, let's move. Let's groove. The link has been dropped in the chat. And I might have to just keep calling Kenneth Gainwell, Kenneth Walker for the rest of the show just to piss off people. All right. Real Nicky Gambles, you lost me when you dipped the steak bites and the ketchup crabs. Real Nicky Gambles, it's a bit. Grow up, learn comedy, learn humor. All right, let's check out the splits in the Steelers and the Bengals game. I want to see if people are betting on this over. I want to see if people are betting on the Steelers. Under. And the Steelers. Okay. People are betting on the Bengals. Oy, Jesus. All right. People are taking the Bengals spread. I hope that's not fake sharp. Any book pivots for Aaron Rodgers? What would you take for him on the books if you had to take something? Would you take his passing yards?
I'd probably take his touchdowns he's thrown too.
Okay. All right. A little surprised to see all these Bengals bets. A lot of handle already on this game. Over $3 million tracked on Pickett. Guys, this is why I like checking Pickett, because at least we know where these splits are. We know where the data is coming from. We know it's real. It's coming from people who all track their bets on here. It's not coming from some made up shit like a lot of the other, sources. That's why I love Pickett so much. Right? It's coming from actual users syncing up their books. And that's how we know that 3.3 mil is legitimate. So it might not be the biggest of samples. It might not be a whole book's data, but at least we know it's legitimate. And it certainly concerns me seeing almost 70% of the money percentage here on the Bengals spread. Was not expecting that.
I'm telling you, this is the outset for every primetime game, Krabs. Every one that's over like a point and a half. It's always heavy ML parlays, and then the dog gets bets.
Interesting.
The day it looks different is the day I will perk some eyebrows up. So we haven't seen that in a while.
All right. Awesome. Can we take a peep at these splits in the college football game today? I'm curious to see if people are betting on Tulsa and ECU and what people are taking in that game. Gosh, people are betting on Tulsa. Damn. Not a ton of handle here yet. Probably more closer to kickoff here, but okay. A little bit of a public dog here for Tulsa. A little surprised. Maybe because ECU is coming off that bad outright loss as -7 favorites. All right. And some bets on this under as well, which certainly makes sense. I mean, Tulsa's offense has been abysmal. And ECU's defense has been the best ECU Pirates defense I've seen in years. So a little surprised to see the total this high. I'll be honest with you. But I've gotten on ECU overs already this season at times. Maybe it's, just leftover respect from the recent years where they're scoring machines and they can't stop a parked car. But this total's high for a matchup today between these two teams. I'll say that. And the under's public. So maybe it is the over.
Yeah, it does kind of feel that way. That total looks, it's that high.
It does. All right. Let's take a peep at the splits on the diamonds. I want to see what people are betting on in the playoff games today. Let's see what people are betting on in the Goots POD. Are they tailing the Goots POD? They're not. Goots, that's a good thing, man. Although we knew the Brewers were not going to be public. Come on now.
What did you expect there?
This is exactly what I expected.
Bunch of bozos, blind betting, a bunch of cheaters.
If I could have cheaters.
What
do they cheat?
Little peckers.
Well, you can make an argument for that.
Well, you don't know, won't hurt you.
Dave Roberts as their coach, but what are they doing cheating, Goots?
I mean, just bad people. You think Shohei wasn't gambling? Come on.
Well, he might have been gambling, but they're not cheating.
And he knows.
If I had to draw the splits in this game, this is probably where I would have drawn. So, yeah, not surprised to see the Brewers get a little bit more handle on the ML, but still the Dodgers are public. And obviously the over is getting bet in this game as well. Jovan, if you had to take something on the books in this game, what would you take?
Maybe like a fucking Dodgers first 5 -1/2. Something like that. Just don't want to push the button for obvious reasons.
Okay. I mean, Miz is falling apart, so we'll see how long he even stays in this game. If Quintana goes in, they should just fucking start him and ride him. He's the luckiest pitcher I've ever seen. I don't know why they don't just start him, but hey, I'm not, a little pecker Dave Roberts. So I don't know if I'd be letting Miz get involved in any of these games, to be honest.
Yeah.
I really don't.
He's not very good.
No, he's not very good.
Throws hard.
No, he's not very good.
That's about it.
Ashby starting J2 Tulsan. Ashby opening tonight. I'm still seeing Miz, but that might be a little bit better for the Brew Crew. Okay. Is that a recent development here, chat? Is that new?
Yeah, they just dropped that notey like a minute ago.
Cool. All right, that makes me like the Goots POD a little bit more. I'll tell you that much. All right. Let's check the splits in Toronto and Seattle. Wonder if this over is public after what the people saw last night. Coin toss is tomorrow, chat. Coin toss is tomorrow right after BTL. Very excited for that one. Okay. We've got the under getting some sharp splits here. I don't know if I consider that public. I certainly wouldn't consider it not public. All right. Interesting. Are you surprised to see the Mariners love here as well after what Toronto did last night? Or do you think people are on board with this Mariners, finally doing something for once narrative? Although I guess the argument can be made for both of these teams, to be honest with you.
Yeah, very true. I mean, I just see it. It's Luis Castillo has been dominant against Unction Max Scherzer as a short favorite. So that doesn't make me very surprised about any little bit of Mariners love here.
Okay. All right. Very cool. Are you looking to take anything in this game?
I really don't want to because my head certainly tells me that the Jays even this up. But after last night's Splooge Fest, I can't ever push a button, really, the game after somebody scores double-digit runs.
Yeah. I agree with you there. That's for sure. So I want that team total under. All right. Interesting. Really hope the Jays tie it up. I kind of do too, Tyler Johnson. I like the Jays. I like this team. I like Vladdy. I like their style. I like Springer. I like their contact ways, although they've had some pop, obviously, last night for sure. That wasn't really the Blue Jays' way. Had a lot of nukes last night, but I'm kind of rooting for Toronto. And also as a thank you for knocking out the Yankees. Right? But Seattle feels like the team that everybody's rooting for, the underdog story. Right? Haven't really done much in our lifetime. We'll see if they can get a win and go up 3-1 in this series. This is the biggest game of the series, is game 4 tonight, because whoever wins this game is probably going to win the series, in my opinion. Okay? We'll see. It's going to be must-see TV. That also makes me like the under even more in a must-win game for both sides here, because either Toronto ties it up 2-2, they have all the momentum, or Seattle goes up 3-1 and the series is probably over. Okay?
Yeah.
Anyone but the Dodgers snacks is saying, yeah, I get that.
Yeah, really like all of America is just rooting for the AL. Because the Brewers are not winning shit.
Okay. 69 Nice said, we think Caleb Johnson is a sneak look tonight. I don't. I think that dude's just permanently in the doghouse now after that atrocious special teams play. And we know how Mike Tomlin works.
Yeah. He's been getting work back in the last couple games, though.
He has a little bit.
But
he has a little bit.
I don't know about tonight.
All right. Dubs. All right, what else do you want to go over? You want to craft up a PrizePicks lineup for tonight? You want to craft up a side piece? We could try to craft up a 4-man like we did the other day.
We can
do cash one of these puppies.
You want to do quick hockey and then we can craft that?
Yeah, we can look at the hockey slate. Sure. Let's look at the other hockey games today. Loaded slate. Wish my Caps were playing, but we got over 10 games today. Should be a pretty good one. Avs and Blue Jackets. You think the Avs drop a game here?
I'm not so sure. Not that anybody's really going to be super excited about taking the Blue Jackets really anyway.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I feel like the Blue Jackets kind of had their moment 2 games ago, I think it was. They beat the Wild and put up 1 billion goals on, I think it was Gustafsson. That was like their sharp moment. They're always kind of sharp at home. I don't know. I don't really believe in that defense, especially to start the year. They've been really, really bad for a majority of these times.
Yeah, they have. Okay. Avs might just be on a revenge type of season. They might just be playing pissed off, trying to get their leg back after last year.
I don't want to fade the Avs too much a lot early in the year, especially because they're healthy right now, as healthy as they've been in a long time.
Facts. All right. You like the Rangers tonight?
Yeah.
That plus chicken?
It's probably my favorite play on the ice.
Wow. Okay. Let's check those splits. See people are taking in that game. Hopefully Toronto's public. Wow, that's okay. Was not expecting that, but does not mean everything, not the end all be all. All right. Let's keep on moving, Gootsy. How about Florida and New Jersey? Are people betting on the 2-time defending champs to get back in the win column? I hope so. Well, they are on the spread. Jesus, but not on the ML. And I mean, how many people are taking spread bets in that game? Probably not many. So the ML splits here are certainly more important, but again, not a ton of money involved on this game yet. DeGen said, I'm late. Do we like goals in Toronto?
From the Rangers.
Like the over in that game? I kind of like the under in that game, not gonna lie. But
yeah, it's a very anti-Krabs play, I'll say. It's the Rangers. I think the immediate look at this game is how the fuck do the Rangers score against the Leafs? For obvious reasons. They've gotten shut out 3 times this year, and they're coming off of 2 straight shutouts at home.
Yep.
So, I mean, if the Rangers are going to win, there's for sure a world where they win 3-2 or something like that, but probably want some goals involved. It's probably the most obvious under of the season, I would say.
I got an under for you, Krabs.
What do you got, Goots?
Take a peep in Montreal. I'm not going to want to fade the Canadians with how they've been playing lately, but I do think some goals regrets for both these teams, and it's pretty telling with the under being kind of juiced. And the splits like it as well, if you look at that.
That's a slightly crabby under.
Yeah.
They did just load up a bunch of goals allowed squares on PrizePicks, so we should also be price match guaranteeing those while we're looking at this. And okay. God, Jacob Dobbs is in that for Montreal. He's terrible, isn't he?
He's the backup, yeah.
He's been pretty good this year so far, but
yeah.
It's not much of a goalie play. It's more of a read on the line.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how many times you're going to get back-to-back 4+ goal games from the Preds, even though they lost one of them against the Leafs.
It's more of a fade on them than the Canadians.
Yeah. And frankly, like that Canadians Kraken game, they had the Kraken boxed for a majority of that game. And the Kraken somehow just found ways to sneak a little counterattack goal in here or there. It was a lot of fluke. The fact that we were in that game was pretty funny, to be honest with you. But
Yeah.
it's probably not happening today.
All right. What else, Gootsy? Let's keep moving and grooving. Take a peep at some of these other games and check the splits on the ice. How about Winnipeg and Philly? Anybody bet in that game?
I hate that game, especially because like the
Any
Flyers.
thoughts on that game?
Yeah, sharp. I mean, sharp read by you and the Flyers against the Panthers last time out. I believe that was their last home game. It's just I hate backing them. It's like it would seem kind of sharp. They're always kind of sharp at home. They're like the Blue Jackets, but I feel like we just got one.
Yeah, I'm with you. It does feel like we just got one, so probably going to stay off here. All right. Probably would still lean that way, but not going to bet it with them down to plus 115. All right. You said you were thinking about betting the Kraken tonight?
Yeah. I can't. Because I don't want to get – we just got one on the Sens last night, and I really don't want to do it again. But if there's anything that makes me feel good about the Kraken, it's when they're in a situation where they know they can rip a bunch of pucks early. Like that wasn't really the strategy against the Canadians because you don't want to do that and overexpose yourself. But when you're playing the Sens off a back-to-back and they have Olmark, which if you don't put pucks on that guy, you're going to be fucking dead for 3 periods.
Yeah.
It's usually when they come out and play their best hockey.
All right. I lean Ottawa here after 3 straight L's. I think they get back on track personally, and Seattle's covered every single game so far this season. So agree to disagree on that one. I'm curious to see if they put up any squares in that game for the goals allowed. No, they got a Grubauer, 3.5 goals allowed, but it's a demon. So nothing really there to see.
Yeah, okay. He's really bad. He's making his season debut too, which is a little bit playing into the line there. Because he is just.
Also, want to recognize the square. We already talked about the Colorado Columbus game, but they have a Scott Wedgwood 2.5 goals allowed square, which is pretty red chart as well. Although one of those games is from last year, it's still pretty red, even if you take that one out. So that's probably a good sign for Columbus, but I'm kind of with Javon's wave there. I'm not really in a rush to fade the Avs early on this season. They're looking pretty good. Probably not going to take that square.
Yeah.
Probably not going to take that square. Are you concerned at all? You're on this is actually, you're on the Rangers. They have an Anthony Stellaris goals allowed square that's pretty green this season.
Yeah, from the Detroit games.
Yeah, from the Detroit games, but I mean it's 3 games.
You also got to remember, Krabs. He might have given up 3 and 4 goals in those 2 games, but he's playing a team that has scored 0 goals in the last 2 games.
Crazy.
So I don't think many people, despite the chart of the last 2 games of the season, are taking that more than.
Okay. All right. There's also a Jake Allen 2.5 goals allowed square for the Devils against Florida. That one doesn't really look that weird at all. It's pretty up and down. So nothing to really read on that puppy. Although obviously I'm on the Devils, so I'd lean the less than on that square. But I mean, the chart's not super weird. I'm not really sprinting to the books to lock that puppy in.
Yeah.
Right? What else we got up here, Gootsy? Have we shown the splits in the Islanders game? Have we showed this yet? Not yet. Okay. Look at Edmonton. A little popular there on the ML. It's a good sign with an Islanders ticket. I like your Islanders play the best today, I think, out of all the plays. I know it's the juiciest plus chicken, but
it's probably the grossest one of them all. Yeah, that makes sense.
Nasty play. All right. Look at all the bets on the over. Although, again, how much of that $53,000 is even on the total compared to just the ML? Probably less than half. Not a ton of coins there, but still a good sign to see. If you're on the under in this game, nobody in their right mind is betting on it. So maybe give that a look today. All right, let's keep moving and grooving, Gootsy. Most popular prop in that game is Connor McDavid over SOGs. Shocker.
That'll be
Shocker.
every Oilers game, pretty much.
Shocker. Those should hit every game, right? All right. Vancouver and Dallas. Let's take a peep at that game. What are the splits like in the Canucks and the Stars game?
That game might be interesting. I kind of like the Canucks in that game.
Yeah, down to plus 145 from plus 160.
Yeah, which part of that's probably because DeSmith is in net, who's a former Canuck, and then Matthew Shane is going to be out tonight and probably for a couple games.
Okay.
So, I mean, it's a DeSmith revenge game in theory, but he's had a couple of chances of that, and I think one was really good, one was really bad. I saw a tweet. But the Canucks are in a pretty desperate spot, I would say, as desperate or as pretty desperate for like an early season game. They've been dog shit, which they're not a stranger to offensively for a while. So like now you have a chance against DeSmith, your former guy out there, your former backup, to go and put some shots on them, have somewhat of an offensive pulse against a Stars team that for whatever reason is playing more high tempo, high scoring games so far this year. How long that'll last, I don't know, but kind of feels like the Canucks still on the road.
I could so see that. I certainly lean that way. And they look sharp as well. Although people are taking them on the spread, not a lot of bets on the ML, and that's probably what people are taking in this game. They're probably not taking many puck lines with that much juice on their side. Okay.
Yeah, unless the favorite's like minus 200 or higher, nobody's really taking.
And nobody's touching
puck lines straight. Right? Yeah,
okay.
I'm the dog.
Okay. All right, let's keep moving here, Gootsy. I think there's maybe one or two games left. Some late night Geysermans. Right. Couple left. Hurricanes and Ducks. Any thoughts on fading the Hurricanes? Looks like they're catching steam, but they're still undefeated. The Ducks have looked pretty good so far this season as well. Nobody's bet on the Ducks tonight, though, at home. Are they worth a look? What do you think?
Yeah, it might be the Ducks. I'm telling you, some point during this West Coast road trip, probably at a time you least expect it, I think the Canes are just going to have like a shit down the bed defensive performance because they're a little thin back there, obviously. And now, like, you didn't get it against the Sharks, even though they had a couple of chances, but it's still the Sharks. The Ducks are not too much better, but I think the Ducks might get hot offensively to start the season. What would be the most Ducks thing of all time, coming out and having a really good offensive performance against the Canes? I wouldn't be shocked at all.
Yeah, I certainly lean that way. At some point, the Canes got to lose. All right. One more game here. Let's take a peep at the late night Geyserman. Boston and VGK. One of the only juicy MLs, really, of the slate today. A lot of close games. Kind of a fire hockey slate, to be honest with you. Okay. Any thoughts on this game? I mean, people were taking VGK, obviously, on the ML, and I guess this would be one of the few games that people might be giving a puck line a look, and those people are taking Boston, so this definitely does not make you want to take the Bruins here in this spot. And is this some respect for VGK? Boston's gotten out to a pretty good start this season, but I know people don't think they're good. So what would you take in this game, Jovan?
Yeah, I don't have too many thoughts in this game. VGK, I mean, the offense has just been fantastic for parts of the season, and the Bruins have gotten a pretty dog shit soft schedule to start the year, which is why they've looked pretty decent in spots, and then the Lightning finally got them in a spot where the Bolts usually don't get them at. So I don't want to be betting on the Bruins really at all for the next couple weeks because they're probably going to hit that cliff that everybody thinks they're going to hit when they start playing tougher teams, and this is one of them. So I'm good on this game.
Okay. All right. W Hockey Talk. Love it. And chat, we got some plays on the ice today as well. If you joined late, if you missed the Sharp Report, I'm on the Devils money line. Jovan's on the Rangers money line, and he's on the Islanders money line as well. Hopefully we go 3-0 on these hockey plays like we did the other day when we had 3 hockey plays on the Sharp Report. Okay. All right. Would love to sweep that once again. Jovan, we got about 20 minutes left. I'd love to craft up a lineup or maybe look at some squares in Thursday Night Football. I had some questions for you on the gridiron. So maybe we go to the NFL here. Wanted to ask you first and foremost, who's getting some respect? Scotty Miller, who's not done shit so far this season. He's up for 11.5 yards. Former Bucs legend, I believe.
Yeah.
Is Scotty Miller, you're talking about, you think it's going to be more of a deep ball game script for Rodgers, and obviously that's his shtick. So are you thinking Scotty Miller comes down with a deep ball here? Obviously, that's pretty much all he does. Thoughts on that square?
I mean, I think somebody's got to get him. I don't think it's going to be DK this game. I'm sure he'll have his shots too, but this to me screams like, especially in the script, that at least I'm expecting, and I think once you get into a trailing game script, hopefully for your case, you probably would want to. It screams like what would be Calvin Austin on a deep shot at some point down the middle in this game, and obviously you don't have him, so somebody else has got to step up in his place, and it just might be Scotty.
Okay. Yeah, I'm certainly intrigued. I'm not a big more than guy, but that's one of them that caught my eye. That's for sure. Another square I wanted to ask you about. I know you like the over in this game. You like points. You're obviously more of an Aaron Rodgers guy tonight. You have his more than fantasy score on the Sharp report, but I do have a pretty red Jaylen Warren touchdown square. Curious of your thoughts there. Do you think Jaylen Warren finds the end zone in a game you like the over in?
Yeah, I wouldn't hate that at all, Krabs. I think I think he's the same as Chase Brown because he hasn't scored since week 1. I think they're both the same, and they both have a combo gob touchdown on the board, so somebody's scoring. But, I mean, for fantasy score sake, I hope that it's, even though it could be receiving touchdown, I hope it's Chase Brown.
Yeah, and I always love seeing, speaking of Chase Brown, I love seeing when they tuck away a half a rushing receiving touchdown square behind a 1.5 for some reason, where you go to the touchdown board and, for Chase Brown, perfect example, I go to the touchdown board and I see a 1.5 rushing receiving demon, which I thought was interesting, but then you toggle through and they do have a half available, but they're kind of hiding it a little bit. Makes me think that maybe his half a rushing receiving demon is worth a look, and he has not scored this whole season. So
fantasy score did get bumped up too, which is
did it?
Interesting.
Did it? Okay. Kind of think he might find the end zone today. That could be worth a look as a demon square as well. All right. I talked about this earlier as well, Jovan. The Bengals have the worst defense against tight ends in the NFL, but a lot of tight ends on the Steelers team that get the rock, right? Not a big Darnell Washington guy today after he had a splooge fest against the Browns in his last game, and some of his squares making me think he might not go off today, like his 2.5. Like his 2.5 receptions after he's had 3 in back-to-back games that he's played in. So the chart is pretty green there. Is there another tight end you prefer to go to here? Maybe like this guy up on the board right now?
I wouldn't hate it. I was kind of saying I would be down to just fade Darnell.
Wow. Okay.
Just go for the jug. Not try to pick one.
You would not have to tell me twice. That's for sure. Always down to fade a guy with a green chart and fade a square that makes a ton of sense. And that one certainly does. Here's a question for you. Side note, I got Chris Boswell in a couple fantasy leagues. Should I be dropping him and picking someone else up today? You think their drives are going to get stalled a lot today? Or assuming with the over, you probably think he's not going to be active a ton.
Yeah, I mean, I'm hoping this doesn't turn into field goal fest. Steelers classic game, kind of like last week's game did. But it's hard to tell you now. Still Chris Boswell.
Yep, he's a goat. Esto likes Ilyasovas, 1.5 receptions. He hasn't done shit this season, really. Be interested to see if he does job or does anything today. That was a weird looking square. 1.5. Not asking for the world there from him. Okay.
Interesting one.
Yep. No mention of Chase. Yeah, I mean, you won't see me really fading Jamar Chase ever. He's one of those guys you just kind of leave off to the side. And, even if he's having a shit game, he could go off and splooge for 100 yards and then touchdown in 1 quarter. He's done that a couple times this season. So, I really am not in the mood to fade him, especially with the plus 5.5 in my pocket. And, Jovan having the over as well.
Yeah. You don't really want to take him either with 75 ladders. There's probably ladder records of him on the feed, plus a little discount that they ran on PrizePicks conveniently. So, if he splooges, we'll be rooting for it because we need points and we need the Bengals. But I'm good.
Well, it looks like we can keep the plus 5.5 out of the squad ride vote. Looks like Hagelin is in love with the plus 5.5.
Okay.
Hagelin, good to see you're still up and moving though, man. Long time no see. Long time no see. Can we get some Goots thoughts or Goots nuggets on the Rams practicing at Camden? I saw a funny tweet earlier. Somebody quote tweeted and was like, yeah, the 3 fans on earth who are fans of both the Rams and the Ravens are splooging right now in these videos.
I mean, that's what we do. That's what we do in Baltimore. We accommodate. We're nice people. So, I don't like that they stood on the mound when it said no cleats on the mound. I think that's a bad omen. I don't know why. I mean, the sign is right there. They wrote it in all caps.
I thought it was Photoshop.
Yeah, no, well, I thought so too, but I don't think it is.
POD in London, Jags ML, selling all Ram stock for that bullshit.
Snacks. I'm not gonna say where I grew up on stream, but
how do you practice kicking?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it makes sense why they did it. They're not going to go back to LA and then fly to London. Like, it makes a lot of sense. But yeah, I don't know how. I don't know how they do it. Maybe they just kicked it at the scoreboard because they're taking it down anyways.
You're telling me
it made more sense if they practiced at a high school
football field, dude. You telling me they couldn't find a fucking high school or even a college to get facilities at? It feels so unnecessary.
I mean, yeah, there's plenty of them, but I don't know. They probably got their own shit going on, their own practices.
Yeah, class, dude.
Coward Hall scumbags. Yeah, I mean, I don't get it either, but it happened. So.
Yeah, interesting. They could have gone to Towson. Yeah.
Could have.
Or they could have gone to a superior city in DC.
Yeah, they could have gone to Nats Park.
Could have gone to Nats Park. Yep.
No one wants to practice.
But not much going on there.
They already got the hotels in Baltimore for the game.
They're practicing where Rat Meat Gunnar Henderson takes BP, man. That's just Stafford MVP hooked. Krabs.
Hooked.
Yeah, he's probably gonna get hurt this week, right? We've been waiting for it.
Especially because he was the one with cleats on mound.
What are we doing with the cleats on mound right in front of that sign? I don't know what's more of a me guy move, man. Matt Stafford doing that shit right in front of the no cleat sign, or Kirk Herbstreit playing fetch with his dog in a hotel hallway. Other people trying to sleep. Just me guy moves left and right. People are just such me guys these days, man. I'm sick of it. Sick of it. Do people not think about others? People don't think about other people or their actions? Oh, man. You think Marijuana Mitch is still showing up to the stadium? Marijuana Mitch is his work here is done, folks. His work here is done, folks. Snacks, not hating dogs. Again, if you listen to what I'm actually saying, and don't make it all about yourself and be a me guy yourself, Snacks. Not hating on dogs one bit. Love dogs. Have a dog myself. My parents have a dog, and that dog is cute as heck, Kurt's dogs. Me personally, as a guy who cares about other people and thinks about others and their surroundings, I would never play fetch with a dog in a public hotel. But maybe that's just me.
I feel like that's a pretty common thing. Like,
I've never heard or seen that ever.
Like, who does that?
I've never heard or seen that ever happening. That is a selfish me guy move.
Yeah, like who wants to play fetch with their dogs in a hotel lobby?
You got 20 other rooms right there. People trying to sleep. People trying to get some rest in their hotel room that they're paying for, just like Kirk is. And hey, maybe Kirk and the squad rented out the whole floor, right? Maybe he's rich. Maybe they got the whole floor. But playing fetch in the hallway, take the dog outside, play as much fetch as you want. I don't get it. Me guy move. You can't deny it. Dog is cute as heck. Don't get me wrong, but why are we playing fetch in a hotel hallway? Oh, it's an Aaron Judge me guy move. Geek Goods. No way Geek Goot loves Darnell Washington. I remember when Geek Goot used to be sharp. I'll say it. Geek Goot, you've changed. All right. Let's move. Let's groove. Why don't we craft up a lineup for this game tonight? Maybe it starts with a little Darnell Washington fade. His less than 2.5 receptions or his less than receiving yards, Jovan. What do you think?
I don't know which one I like better. I mean, he's not catching 3. But if he does catch one, it's probably going to be the little fade at the goal line they love.
So, yeah, you want to keep out the fantasy score probably. Just in case he's one catches a touchdown.
Catch one for 2 yards and a touchdown.
Yeah. I think we just fade his
this is your area to shine because you're the less than guy here.
Yeah, my gut's telling me we fade the 2.5 receptions. Take the less than on that square.
I'm in on that.
Okay. Maybe we get a little Chase Brown demon touchdown in here, or if you'd rather take his fantasy score.
I think we take either his rushing receiving or its fantasy score, something that encompasses everything.
Let's take his fantasy score. I'm in.
And
okay. Should we just take the free bingo square? TJ Watt, less than 4 tackles and assists. He's probably pushing it at worst. I mean, come on now. I mean, it works 80% of the time. Nobody talks about it.
It's just crazy, dude. Like,
why not just take that less than, man?
What are we doing?
What do you mean, what are we doing? It works 80% of the time.
No, I didn't mean that. I'm just like, I don't understand. I know it's TJ Watt, but how does that get to the top of Pop Tab?
Yeah, I don't know.
Just because
I really don't. Because it's green as mine. It's probably not hitting. That's probably why.
Let's evaluate our options before we click and pray fade first.
Okay. I'm just wanting on record that they hit 80% of the time and nobody talks about it.
Yeah.
Okay. I think Trent said he sent you a video he wants you to play on stream. Did he text you a video or something?
I have 0 videos.
Okay. W's. All right. Well, I'm going to put that in there for now. We can always take it out. The TJ Watt less than 4.
You want that so bad. You can have it in there, Krabs.
Well, if we find something better, we can put it in instead. We can. Here's another one for you. How about Ryan Recco less than 4 punts?
Yeah.
You like the over? I like the Bengals. Hasn't sniffed anywhere less than this pretty much all season. Great punter, by the way. Underrated punter. You guys know I'm a punter guy. Got a great foot. I think he was an all-pro last year. Ryan Recco on a Bengals offense that you'd think would be punting a lot, considering how quail shit they've been this season. Well, not when Joe Flacco's around, not when the +5.5's hitting, not when the over's hitting in this game. And, I would not be surprised to see them go for a lot on 4th down, a very desperate Bengals team as well. I kind of like this less than 4 punts.
Yeah, you could have me there. I'm convinced.
Did you get a video from Trent or not?
Yeah, he just sent me some quail shit video.
Okay.
And it's an Arby's worker.
Are you what is it called? Are you vetting it right now first before you put it on the stream? Is that what you're trying to do?
Yeah, maybe. Give me a second here.
Okay. Just put Tress longest punt in there. Pick 6, man. I'd love to, but I don't think you're going to see many Tress punts this Sunday. I think you're going to see a very high scoring affair. You can already put me down for that over in the Commanders and Cowboys game.
This video is just who made this?
Is it okay to play or?
Yeah, hold on.
All right.
I'll let you hear it. It's literally of an Arby's worker with steak nuggets in hand. Some AI video.
So this dude walks in, says his name's Krabs, right? First thing out of his mouth is, "You got to bet Delaware -3." I'm like, bro, that's a terrible play. But I still tailed him. I don't know why. Then he orders steak bites, floods them in ketchup, just straight drowns them. I spit in them.
Okay. That was it?
That was it.
Trent, man, put the AI and ChatGPT away, bro, and use your brain. I'm concerned a little bit about our generation. There's a funny South Park skit about it, how, pretty much everybody these days is just, instead of actually using their own brain to think, they just pretty much ask ChatGPT anything and everything. And we're going to get to a point where we're all Neanderthals and our brains don't even fucking work because everything we have, we just ask ChatGPT. So, Trent, do me a favor, man. Let's put the ChatGPT and the AI away, brother. Okay. Probably spent all morning making that shit. And instead of getting in the lab, you chirp us for not getting in the lab enough, and you're out here making Arby's AI videos, brother. 28-year-olds. making Arby's AI videos.
It's just
Legit took
that.
Trent 2
That's the
hours
type
to
of
make
shit.
that.
It took him 2 hours to figure that out.
He's been trying to make that since we brought up Arby's on the show legitimately an hour ago.
That's
He's
like
been trying to make that video.
if you ever wonder what Trent's doing early in the morning, it sure as hell is not laughing.
Well, at least we have Surge Stream today, I believe.
Yep.
Hell yeah. Get those picks ready, chat. Get those picks ready, chat. He doesn't have the lab today. Jovan, he's doing Surge. If it was Yap time, he'd have to be in a lab, right? You have to
I
come up
mean,
with some
I'm
plays.
told that he's in the lab a lot, apparently, which is just so cap, man.
Pushing 30, making AI videos for an hour, folks.
It's really bad, man.
Oh, man. Dude's got any POD squares?
I really like the Johnny one. I think he's a tight end, but we already have the tight end fade in there, so can't really sneak that in there.
I feel like we should probably sneak. Could we sneak a Bengals pass catcher in there somehow, some
Yeah.
way?
T maybe?
Either T or Noah Fant betters or somebody.
Drew Sample.
Drew Sample.
Drew Sample's up for 5.5
crab
receiving
play.
yards. Drew Sample has had -2 and -1 yards in his last 2 games.
So funny.
That's interesting. Let's check out Mr. Noah Fant. He's up for 28.5 receiving yards. Jovan, you're the Noah Fant whisperer, man.
I don't know how I get that title, but I fuck with Fant.
Well, you're always picking Fant.
I mean, more on the Seahawks, yeah, I guess.
Yeah. Trent's on Noah Fant first tutty.
Yeah, that's one of Trent's primetime click and pray guys. But
why don't we just
Gesicki's
square
out
up
for
here a little
while.
bit for Kitch and take T. Higgins?
Yeah, T fucking.
What do you think about taking T. Higgins today?
I have no issues with T.
You want to take his longest reception, 19.5, or you want to take his receiving yards?
Ooh.
Kind of like that longest reception square. You might break one.
So in on that. Catch one for 20.
Yep. That way we don't have to take the play that has the fire flame emoji on it.
Fire flame emojis.
What do you think about that for a 4-man, huh?
I'm in.
Darnell Washington, less than 2.5 receptions. Chase Brown, more than 11.5 fantasy score. Ryan Recco, less than 4 punts. T. Higgins, more than 19.5 longest receptions. Are we taking TJ Watt out of this?
I mean, who do we take him out for?
It's either TJ Watt, less than 4 tackles and assists, or Ryan Recco, less than 4 punts. We got to take one of those two out.
Those are both your squares. You make the call.
Let's take out the Recco one, although it's hitting. I'll have that in something else. Let's leave TJ Watt in there. Okay. I will drop the link to this one in the chat if you guys want to tail. Link is inbound on the way. I'll drop that right now. And Goots, if you're around, if you're local, my man, it's about that time. We got to get back on track and hit a squad ride today. Run that shit. I'm trying to see that train. All right, chat. Sharpboard plays have been fine. Squad rides have not this week. Let's lock back in. Let's hit the reset button. Let's click the right button, please. Please. Okay. Blue Jays team total under 3.5 has to go in here.
Sure.
Has to go in here. What do you want to do? We mentioned just putting all my plays in. I don't know if I love that method.
It's not that I was saying only put your plays in. It's just like I feel like we're consistently a day late on every vote. It's like maybe let's try and get out in front of it. as a chat here.
I mean, they're going to vote for your play. So
I know. That's what I'm saying, dude. Don't be afraid if you like the play to dust off Krabs.
you said you like the Rangers a lot, right?
Yeah.
All right. Let's put them in. I also kind of want to put the Islanders in here. I'm not going to lie.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. I'm in.
You prefer the over in the Thursday night football game?
Probably do, yeah. But I know that doesn't tickle your gym, so I won't force that. Maybe we didn't earn that squad ride vote after last primetime over.
Yeah. Overs just don't hit when we put them in squad rides, man. Sucks.
Trying to ask if that's an OG.
I mean, how many plays can we fit in there, Gates? Let's just put them all in then. Let's let the chat decide today. Let's put in everything but the Devils. So Devils will probably be free. Let's put in the Blue Jays team total under 3.5. Let's put the Rangers ML in here. Let's put the Islanders on the ML in here. Let's put the Bengals plus 5.5. And let's put the over. And I accidentally just took your play out of the Sharp report and pasted my shit in there. What was the number you got for the over?
44.5.
Over 44.5. Steelers, Bengals. We'll make it a 5-piece. I haven't done a 5-piece in a while. Maybe that's what we need to change the vibes here for the squad ride. 5 plays, 5 winners, chat. 5 plays, 5 winners, chat. Get involved. Hurry up. Go, go, go. Get involved. Hurry up. Go, go, go. Appreciate you guys. Get those votes in. Hurry up. Go, go, go. Get those votes in. Hurry up. Go, go, go. We should have put Kenneth Walker in here. Yep, I agree. Great joke, Austin Rendies. Let me know when the stand-up starts tonight. I'll make sure I tune in. 5 plays, 5 winners. Blue Jays team total under 3.5. Rangers ML. Islanders ML. Bengals plus 5.5. And the Steelers, Bengals over 44.5. Dyson, my favorite plays are usually the ones that don't hit. It's the least favorite plays that hit. Try to tailor it to whatever wins and turns green. We can't just take our favorite plays and expect good results. Okay, we got to make sure we're putting the plays in there that give us the best chance to hit and turn green. Okay?
Solano superfractors, Trent, man. That's just.
Archie Gambles is asking, do I start Lad or DK full PPR? I'd start Lad this week, that's for sure.
Lad.
And I think we had a Sade Whiteman fantasy question. Chase Brown over Jordan Mason. That's tough. Is Jordan Mason about to be in the doghouse this week?
I don't even know, dude.
I mean, he's scoring 1. He's only got a 1.5 rushing receiving demon up. They don't even have a goblin up for him. So I'd personally probably go Jordan Mason. I know Jovan's not a Jordan Mason guy, but you go Chase Brown or Jordan Mason?
Probably go Chase Brown tonight.
Wow.
Only because I don't know. That's a weird. I don't want to take anything Eagles involved games as far as the run game goes. That typically hasn't gone well, but I like something a lot more on the Vikings side. That does not have to do the ground game.
Yep. Get those votes in. Get those votes in. All right. How about the over tonight? Steelers, Bengals over 44.5. That is a Dylan Cruz signed jersey, Ravens. Appreciate you, Beast. All right. W stream today. We're already a minute over, so we'll go ahead and wrap this puppy up. Stick around for the Surge stream. Get your play ready for Trent's Surge stream. Don't be afraid to hop on there and pitch him a winner. And we'll catch you guys tomorrow for a BTL Megalodon episodes going over all the weekend plays for college football and the NFL. We'll catch you tomorrow, same time, same place. Hey, maybe even 30 minutes earlier, noon Eastern.